power couple, and today I'll be discussing the episode Reunion. So without further ado, let's begin. So we start off the episode with Marina and Alia in the museum, and Marina's just looking around while Alia finds something actually interesting with the guardian symbol on one of the paintings, probably from a previous rabbit Miraculous holder, which we do see it being confirmed later on in the episode. And then they find something left from Alex. And while all that jazz is happening, we see Gabriel, Natalie, and Adrian in the kitchen. And Adrian just got a notification that Alex found a way to communicate with her loved ones. So Adrian asks to go even though he has a Chinese lesson. And remarkably, Gabriel allows him. Is it me, or is he suddenly becoming very soft for Adrian? We then see most of the class passing photos to one another that were left from Alex. And of course, Marinette just had to touch Adrian's hand in the process. Adrian is pleased, but Marinette, as you can see, is freaking out. And then we see Alex's older brother, Jubdil, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, talk about how Ladybug forced Alex to doing this. And then he shows pretty much all the posts on social media about Ladybug and how she's the villain. And of course, Marinette isn't really happy about this because she's Ladybug. But then Alex's father defends Alex and Ladybug, saying Alex was the one to make the choice. It wasn't Ladybug who forced her to do it. And that he's spending too much time on social media, which I agree. Alex's brother then storms off, and then Adrian asks Marinette, while blushing, if she wants to hang out a little longer, like go to the movies. But then, of course, Marinette stops him because this is Marinette we're talking about, not your average teenage girl. And then we see Marinette use her Kwagatama to summon the past Ladybug Miraculous holders. And, of course, we have to see Joan of Arc, and I love her outfit. And then Tiki starts to explain to her the situation of how she's in love with Cat Noir, but she doesn't know if it's possible. And Joan is like, "That's what you summoned me for?" And she just wants to end that reunion. While that is all happening, Alex's brother starts to read social media and saying how Ladybug and Cat Noir are the villain and Monarch is the hero. And of course, willingly, he gets akumatized just so he can speak to his sister. Marina and Adrian transform, and Cat Noir is the first to solve the riddle from the past. Ladybug then has to solve her own riddle, and she asks Joan for help. And then she starts explaining this long story of history about a king, or who was the king, and the simplest answer was, no one was the king at the time. So then, Ladybug and Joan of Arc go to meet with Cat Noir, and then she just explains to him how she's able to communicate with Joan, and she showcases her Kwagatama. But then the book asks a question from 200 years in the future, and of course, they now have to communicate with Bunnix because no one knows what the weather's gonna be 200 years later. And then we see Ladybug's elaborate plan of how she was able to communicate with Bunnix, and we also see that Alex received her own Kwagatama. And then she travels into the future, and my oh my, what happened? What is this? Although there is a thunderstorm, and I'm glad to see that the weather keeps up, what happened to our people? Well, by people, I mean civilians, humans. What is happening here? Has everyone just forgotten about the Louvre? And then Alex just writes back to Ladybug about the weather and also leaves a note for her brother just so he doesn't worry. So Ladybug manages to solve the riddle and they get through the last doorway. And then Joan of Arc tries to attack, but she's forgetting she's dead. Dead, I say. Dead. Pharaoh then takes Cat Noir hostage, but then he throws him across the floor just to see if the book will answer if Ladybug is a real hero or not. But of course, Ladybug is always concerned, and he gives her the good old thumbs up. But then the book tells the truth and says Monarch is the true villain. So then Pharaoh realizes Monarch lied to him. Gee, what a surprise. So he winds up rejecting the Akuma. So he reads the letter that Alex left for him, and then he gets to do the pound it with Ladybug and Cat Noir. And we then see Gabriel apologize to Natalie. I'm just thinking, for what? For failing again? He's failed so many times. Why does he have to apologize for this one when he didn't apologize for the other ones? Or is it for something else? And then we see Joan tell her side of the story of how she came to fall in love with the black cat Miraculous holder at the time. So apparently the story was that the black cat Miraculous holder, Dark Grimmith, I am so sorry if I butchered that, I totally did. He was ordered to protect England from France and defeat France, while Joan was given the Miraculous to restore the balance and claim victories for France. So they fought each other multiple times until they realized that they were being manipulated by the kings at the time, and they fell in love. And then they just tried to keep it a secret because they didn't want to fight anymore. They wanted just to love each other. But then they were caught by the monarchs. How sad. But she managed to escape, but then she had to give up her Miraculous, and so did he. And we don't really know how it ended. Marinette then tries to give her a hug, but just goes straight through because she's a memory, so basically a ghost. And so she decides to end the reunion. And then she just tells Alia that it is possible to love Cat Noir when she's Ladybug, but then she asks the question, would that mean she has to give up her Miraculous? Which would result in a complete memory wipe. And then we just see Adrien back home, and he's staring on his phone a picture of Marinette. Wow. And then Clag gives him the Quagatama, and it's actually very pretty. I just find it hilarious that Clag actually barfed on Adrian's shirt just to give it to him. That was funny. And then we get this gorgeous end card. I absolutely love it. And that's the end of the episode, guys. I actually enjoyed this. Not as much as I enjoyed Passion, though. But I did find this a good filler episode. We needed some information about this. And it's exactly what we got. But of course, these were just my personal thoughts. And now I'd like to hear yours. So feel free to leave your comments down in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I send my infinite love to you all. And I am well aware that Elation has aired just a few hours ago. Do not panic. The video for that will be going up tomorrow, so mark that on your calendars, please. Anyway, I hope you all have a miraculous day, and may we all recover from the episode that we have just seen. I know what you're thinking. Me too. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.